Good evening, Chicago and surrounding suburbs. This July 4th weekend will be remembered not for fireworks and celebrations, but for powerful overnight and Saturday storms that unleashed dangerous flash flooding, widespread power outages, road closures, and heartbreaking tragedy across the region. A flood warning is currently in effect for many counties in the Chicago area through Sunday evening until 9:30 p.m. Residents are urged to remain vigilant as more rain moves through and lingering high water continues to pose risks on roads and in low-lying areas. Overnight storms pounded the Chicago region, leaving drivers stranded in south suburban floods and knocking out power for thousands of residents. The Bishop Ford Freeway on the south side was closed in both directions for much of Saturday due to significant flooding. Illinois State Police reported the closure stretched from Sibley to 130th, with Chopper 7 capturing images of vehicles stuck in deep water along the freeway. In Harvey and Dolton, emergency crews worked tirelessly to rescue multiple motorists whose cars became trapped in high-standing water. One driver named Renee described a terrifying ordeal. The water rose quickly to her knees, forcing her to climb onto the roof of her car and wait 30 to 40 minutes for help while calling for an ambulance. Another driver, Carlos Nunez, shared how the heavy downpour reduced visibility, causing his engine to shut off after entering flooded waters. He had to push his vehicle out manually. Harvey Deputy Fire Chief Henry Boyd confirmed that fire and other departments were actively towing stranded vehicles and assisting those in need, emphasizing the importance of vigilance during these conditions. Flooding was not limited to the south suburbs. Significant impacts were reported in Bartlett, Naperville, Elgin, and other communities. In Naperville, a parking lot transformed into a makeshift pond after the storms passed. Although floodwaters receded in some spots, many drivers still faced challenges with stranded vehicles. In Elgin, flooded streets left multiple cars stuck, prompting residents and bystanders to step in and help push vehicles to safety. Local resident Tamia Reckfritz witnessed a dramatic rescue near her home, where a man pulled a woman from a stuck car as firefighters arrived. Similar scenes unfolded in Bartlett, where floodwater reached nearly knee-high levels. Longtime resident Todd Novello expressed shock, stating it was the worst flooding he had experienced in his 32 years living there. In Kane County, rising waters from Welch Creek covered roads, while in Downers Grove, an SUV became lodged in a ditch during the chaos. One particularly compelling story came from Naperville motorist Ameth Shenoy. After attempting to drive through floodwater despite a warning on his phone, his SUV broke down as the water rose rapidly to tire height. Shenoy described the experience as scary, noting how quickly the situation escalated. He now urges everyone to heed flood warnings seriously. Don't ignore the warning. The water picks up so fast that you don't have time. His message echoes the consistent advice from suburban and city leaders. Turn around, don't drown. Drivers should always find an alternate route rather than risking travel through flooded areas, no matter how shallow the water may appear. Even a small amount of moving water can be enough to sweep away a vehicle. Beyond the flooding, the storms brought tragedy. In Kendall County, a 47-year-old woman from New Lenox and her two dogs lost their lives when a tree fell onto their camper trailer in the 8500 block of Millbrook Road in Fox Township. Officials pronounced her dead at the scene around 3:20 p.m., with the Little Rock Fire Protection District confirming the details. No other injuries were reported in that incident, but it serves as a somber reminder of the broader dangers posed by severe weather, including falling trees and high winds. Power outages added to the widespread disruption. As of early Saturday morning, ComEd reported over 58,000 customers without electricity. Many homes in Dolton experienced possible basement flooding, compounding the challenges for residents already dealing with storm damage. Restoration efforts continued throughout the day, but the outages forced adjustments to daily life and holiday plans across the area. Travel complications extended to the skies and local sports. At Chicago O'Hare International Airport, 138 flights were canceled with average delays of about 15 minutes. Chicago Midway International Airport saw 18 cancellations with shorter delays. Even the Chicago Cubs vs. St. Louis Cardinals game at Wrigley Field was postponed, starting later at 8:05 p.m. due to weather concerns. The heavy rains and flooding also led to the cancellation or postponement of numerous 4th of July fireworks displays and community events. Naperville, Arlington Heights, Elgin, Glen Ellen, Lombard,